I'll be going over the 5 steps that you can do right now to get ahead of 99% of other ICT traders this year. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. This is where you can find me. The first step that we're going to go over is ICT or nothing. I don't think we realize how fortunate that we are as ICT traders, that ICT has given his life's work to us for completely free. There is nothing out there that's more precise, that's more accurate, that's more complex, but simple as you improve than this. There is no golden strategy. There is no magic indicator. This is where your journey starts and this is where your journey ends. Your main focus for this year will be to stick to ICT and ICT only, whether you're learning from ICT himself or from his students like myself. You have to make that commitment that you are an ICT trader. You are not a Wyckoff trader. You're not a supply and demand trader. You're an ICT trader. And don't allow anyone or anything to steer you off this path. When it gets tough, when you're not understanding it, when times get rough, you have to keep going. When you're not understanding bias, or you can't get the fair value gap right, or which order block is it, you have to keep going. It took me months to learn bias. This isn't some walk in the park. This isn't some one video and you're done, one weekend course. This will take time. And the more that you study, the more that you go into it, not only study ICT, but go into it, backtest, continue to learn, continue to improve. Why did price move from this level? What did it react off of? What is the draw on liquidity? Continue to feed yourself with this knowledge. The only thing that you should be consuming is ICT. Learning more about fair value gaps, learning more about order blocks, learning more about liquidity. You shouldn't be learning about indicators or which stochastic to learn. You shouldn't be looking for any other strategy but this. There are so many models with ICT. Find something and stick to it. That's the step one. Stick to it. It's your commitment to ICT and ICT only. Step two, milestones to goals. Here in this depiction, we have our final goal, which is consistently profitable, and these are your 3 milestones that you want to improve on a consistent basis to reach this final goal. We don't want to immediately rush into a goal. Let's say your goal is, I just want to get 100K funded. You can't just say, oh, I want 100K funded. You have to set yourself milestones to that goal. Okay, what are some things that I can do to reach that 100K funded? Wait, I've realized that in my trading, I've been a little greedy. Why not I try to improve on that greed? So then, as the greed improves, I improve as a trader, meaning that my chances of reaching that 100K funded is more likely. And that's what we want to aim at. We don't just want to aim for a final goal. We want to aim for the improvements that we can make on a consistent daily basis to then reach that final goal. So this final goal here is consistently profitable. This is the goal that you want to reach as a trader. What are some things that you have to improve on to reach this final goal? First thing we can improve on always is ourself. Maybe you're getting distracted. You're spending a little bit too much time on video games, or you're watching too many Netflix shows. Instead of studying, instead of putting to work, you're spending a little bit too much time on things that are menial to you. Instead of backtesting, you're out partying. Maybe it's addictions that can slow you down as a trader. Overcoming yourself and consistently improving yourself, not only as a trader, but outside of the charts, will help you reach this goal. So that can be our first milestone, is to become a better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. Second, a goal to find consistent profitability could be finding your model. What do you resonate with? Look over your trading. Do you like fair value gaps more? Do you like order blocks more? Maybe you like the OTE. Whatever it is, whatever you like, whatever that you have in your journal that shows that you find it easier to understand, that you find it easier to see in the market and take a trade on and trust, whatever that model may be. Let's say you're not good with bias and you prefer the silver bullet. That could be your model. Let's say you're more of a swing trader and you like the OTE with the EMA. That could be your model. There are so many ways to trade ICT. Finding what works for you is how you can become better. Your third milestone, risk management. Let's say you tilt. This was something that I struggled with, was tilt. You take a loss, then you take a second loss, and now you're mad, you're annoyed. It's that frustration in the back of your head, like, dang, I just took a 2% loss. So then you revenge trade to try and make it back. What if that's holding you back, and you know it's holding you back? What can you put in place to prevent yourself from it? Maybe adding a rule book. Let's say 2 trades a day, or maybe 1 trade a day. Maybe you're struggling with greed. Maybe just putting a limit order for a 2 to 1 hour, put a stop loss and leave it there. Or maybe a 3 to 1 hour, put your limit order at 3 to 1 hour, put your stop loss and leave it there. Don't touch it. Or maybe you're cutting losses too early. That could be something that you can work on. Whatever it may be to improve your risk management, do it. And at the end of the day, it all comes back to you. What do you resonate with? What is holding you back? What do you know that you can improve on to reach that goal? Write those 3 things down that you know that you can improve on to reach that final goal. And consistently, each and every day, as the market trades, look to improve from that. Next, journal everything. These are the 4 journals that you need to have as an ICT trader. The first journal is before the week starts. Look over the prior week. See what you went wrong that prior week and how you can improve coming into this week. What have you learned from the previous week that you can put into this week to succeed? How are you improving yourself mentally coming into the week to make sure that you have an awesome week? Look over the news for the week. What is going on this week? What days do you think you can trade? What days do you think that you're less likely to trade? Create a game plan before the week starts. Create a mental plan before the week starts and follow it as the week goes. The second journal that you need is before you start trading. This is before market open, before your session starts, before you start trading. Create a pre-market plan. What is your plan coming into the market? What do you think is going to happen? What is your bias? What is your overall reasoning for why you think that? Look over your time frames. Do your top-down analysis. What do you see in price action before the market starts, and how can you use that to your plan? Third, after you finish trading, did you take a trade? Did you not take a trade? If you took a trade, how can you improve? What did you do right and what did you do wrong, and how can you learn from it? If you didn't take a trade, how could you learn from it still? What did you see in price action? Why didn't you take a trade? Was it hesitation? Was it fear? Or did you not feel like trading at all today? But how can you still learn from it after the training session has ended? Continue to do this every single day, whether you take a trade or not. How could you have improved today? Fourth, after the week ends, what happened this week? Did you do well this week? Or did you not do well this week? What did you learn in price action this week? How could you have gone better as a trader? How were you mentally this week? What was your best days and what was your worst days? And how can you improve going forward? You need these 4 journals before the week starts and after the week starts to really assess yourself and to consistently improve. You have to be collecting data on yourself as a trader as well as your trades, and consistently make improvements to not only yourself but your trading, because you have to understand, as long as you are improving yourself, you will improve as a trader. Stop focusing on the strategy and start focusing on you. Step 4, 0 distractions. This means if you're playing one too many hours on the video games, you have to stop it. If the homie or the homegirl calls you, hey, let's go get drunk, tell them no. This is the season of no. This is the season where you are dialed in, where you are locked in your room. Why do you think all successful people say it all starts in the mind? It's all about the mindset. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice to get ahead of everyone else? What is everyone doing that are causing them to fail? And how can you avoid that to get better? You know what people are doing that causing them to fail. They're not studying. They're getting distracted. They're lazy. They're not disciplined. You know all the things that's holding people back. Don't do what they're doing. Don't walk in their footsteps. Follow your own path. Follow your own journey. And you will get ahead of every last one of them. The end of the journey, at the end of the row, you will thank yourself. And step 5 is time. Allow yourself, not speed the process. Allow yourself to understand this is something that's going to take time, that I have to show up every single day. Whether I don't feel like it or whether I do, I have to show up. 1 month will go by, 2 months will go by, 3 months will go by. I don't care. I'm improving. 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, I don't care. I'm improving. Next thing you know, a year goes by. Don't put a time limit on your success. Focus on everyday improvements to not only yourself, but also in the markets. Focus on becoming the best that you can possibly be without looking at the time, without setting these harsh goals that I will be consistently profitable in 1 to 2 months. Don't set yourself to that. Allow time to do the heavy lifting. Allow time to do all the work. All you have to focus on is getting better each and every day. What have you learned today? How have you improved today? How can you get better today? What can you do today? What are you struggling with and how can you get better? Do you not understand bias? Learn more on bias. Do not understand fair value gaps? Learn more on fair value gaps. Focus on getting better. When you're studying, don't look at the time. An hour goes by, 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. Next thing you know, you've been studying for 8 to 10 hours and you haven't even noticed because you don't care about the time. You care about yourself. You care about improving. You care about becoming the best that you can be. Don't set yourself short. Focus on making constant improvements each and every single day, and you will reach your goals. Those are the 5 steps it takes to get ahead of 99% of ICT traders in 2024. It's not going to be easy. I could have easily told you just buy this course or watch this price action lecture on order blocks or something, but no, it's you. You are the reason behind your success or failure. You are what is in your way. Remove everything holding you back and you will start to see success like no other. I'm not just saying this. I live this way. I didn't find this on the internet or copy it. This is my exact blueprint on how I managed to get ahead of 99% of ICT traders, and I'm sharing that with you now. I'm Arkham. Be safe.